Hi friends. I'm getting a little bit nervous actually, talking to the camera again like this. It's been a while since I've done a more relaxed video, but the time seems right. Media exams are over and I have a 2-week break now until the second semester of med starts. But unfortunately, because it is holidays, all my friends are away or they're busy, and so now I am left alone. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I am actually kind of an introvert, so I do like spending time by myself. But I think I still get a bit of anxiety going out in public and being alone. And so I guess that's what today is going to be about. So with that in mind, we're starting off very small today. I have decided to take myself on a solo cafe date and just spend some time, sipping on a coffee. I'll take my sketchbook probably and my journal and just enjoy the vibes and sit with my thoughts because I haven't done that in a while, properly, And so if you'd like to stick around, maybe listen to some music and occasionally hear my thoughts as they come up, and keep watching. Let's go. Okay, so the drive to the cafe was so peaceful, and when I got there I found out that they also have a little shop and a garden around it, so naturally I had to explore. I love looking at little trinkets and things, so this was the perfect way to start the day. And everything was definitely way out of budget, so I didn't buy anything, but window shopping is just the more economical way to have fun. There was also way more people than I thought inside the shop, and so I decided to venture outside. And it was just my luck that it started raining. But we can't let that stop us from appreciating nature. Like, look at all these little duckies. They are so cute. I was obsessed. Anyway, inspired by the weather, I decided to give myself a chance to have a main character moment, and in doing so, I low-key started to overthink. I think when things slow down in my life, I begin to become hyper-aware of random thoughts that were in the back of my mind that I never really paid close attention to. Or I guess in other words, when things quieten down, I can suddenly hear myself think properly. And maybe that's why I tend to overcommit to things, say yes to everything, fill every gap in my calendar with something to do, just so I can avoid sitting in my thoughts for a little bit longer. But all this is just to say I've been kind of feeling a little lost and not like myself. But I guess because of how busy life has been, I've just been ignoring that feeling. But now it's gotten to the point where I can't really ignore it. So I guess today is my chance to actually reflect. And I went and asked for a table for one. I've never done that before in my life. That was kind of exhilarating. Still felt a bit awkward at the start, especially because I knew I wanted to film, but eventually I got over myself and reminded myself that no one really cares that much. And so I put in my headphones and started drawing. I think having music on was helpful in blocking out the rest of the world. Kind of did make me forget that I was sitting in a public cafe. But at some point I just turned off the music and still kept my AirPods in, because I've got to be mysterious. And I just sat there pretending to listen to music and more so just eavesdropping on other people's conversations and enjoying the random sounds of life. And I know I said at the start of this video you'd be able to vibe to some music and occasionally hear my thoughts, but I always forget that I'm a chronic yapper, and once I start talking I can't stop. But I guess if you still stuck around, you are interested in what I have to say, or you have nothing better to do and you just like having my voice as background noise. Either way, thanks. So anyway, while I was sitting here drawing and contemplating life, I think it kind of struck me that I don't really mind being alone. Being the oldest child, I was always hyper independent, and being somewhat nerdy and introverted, I learnt to be comfortable being alone. These days I feel like a lot of people find themselves getting bored when they're by themselves, but I have always found a way to keep myself entertained and just have fun doing things alone. I don't know, it's just something I kind of forgot about myself over the last few years. And I wrote that in my journal that day. I actually wrote a lot of things. It started off with just describing my current situation, but I ended up unpacking a lot of things that I guess I had been holding in for a while. I also never really used to journal. I would spontaneously put my thoughts down in my notes app like everyone else, but I only recently started actually journaling. I don't do it often, but sometimes the physical act of writing compels me to explore ideas that I wouldn't otherwise really think about. I guess I've always been a writer, but that's another part of myself that I forgot about until recently. But anyways, that's enough philosophical talk. The cafe was getting ready to close, and so I had to take my leave. And the sun came out for a bit, which was nice, and I said bye to the duckies one last time, and we're heading home. So we've come to the end of this solo day, and honestly it wasn't as awkward as I thought it was going to be. It did start raining a few times, and so I couldn't spend as much time outside as I wanted to. Oh, and also like this random little girl came and told me I was pretty, and that literally just made my day, because I was not expecting that at all. She was staring at me like the whole time, and I thought it was just because I was creeping her out, but no, like right before she left, she came up to me and said that, and I was like, bless her soul. Anyway, I feel accomplished, even though I didn't do much. Next time, I will bring a book to read. That is what I forgot, actually. But I will definitely do this again sometime, and it was much needed. I think this was a very good start to the holidays. I feel relaxed, I feel content, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I guess that's where I leave you guys today. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.